Welcome to Chill and Heal Tarot. My name is Lady Nikki 33, and if you have followed me here from Instagram, a warm welcome to you, and this is your extended. And for those of you who are new to my channel, a warm welcome to you as well. Now, we're not going to actually have a recap of the backstory for Instagram because I actually haven't written this story for Instagram yet. After we complete this reading, then I will actually go ahead and upload it in storytime format for Instagram. But what I'll go ahead and do now is to introduce myself, and I'll make sure to add a timestamp of when the reading actually begins, just in case you want to go ahead and skip the intro. So I am an intuitive tarot card reader, a psychic, a medium, and a seer. The messages that I receive from my guides to share with you during this reading should only serve as confirmation to what you already intuitively feel about your story and situation. Collective love readings in general are for entertainment purposes only and should not change what you know intuitively about your situation and or any decision that you've already made or are thinking of making. I don't tend to use terms such as divine feminine or divine masculine, for a saint is just a sinner who fell down but got up, and a karmic is simply in your energy to teach you a lesson that you deserve to learn. You know what role you play in your story and situation. I also do not mix my spiritual path in my readings, and that also would include divine feminine and divine masculine. I think that those energies are definitely distorted here in tarot land, so I don't tend to include my spiritual path in my readings. You know who your divine source is. This is just good old tarot. Now, I am a twin flame and a twin ray in separation. However, I do not read those energies in my readings also. But I am completely transparent, and I might include my own situation or experiences within the reading where I see applicable if I feel it might be helpful to you along your journey. I'll always give a disclaimer if I feel a reading is personal or is meant for me, or if I resonate with it. Finally, I read for feminine energies. So if you are a masculine energy, you would be considered a cross watcher. And I'm going to disclose everything I see about you, good or bad, to the feminine that you're dealing with. And if you are a cross watcher, then you may go ahead and switch the roles in which I read about. Okay. I also channel music or messages through music, and the songs and the lyrics that I hear while I'm writing and delivering your reading will be in the playlist called Channeled Songs. My cards are pre shuffled, saged, and this reading has been prayed over. For those of you who are new to the channel, I write the reading on Instagram, and this is the extended, but we clarify together. So I pull the top cards from the main decks for past, present, future, crowning, and root energies, and from the bonus deck or from the other decks for bonus messages as well. Okay, so that is the intro, and we'll go ahead now and get into the reading. So this is actually a part two. So the part one we did last week, and that was some pretty intense energies that came out in that reading. I did a disclaimer a couple of times through that reading. So we have brand new, fresh energy here, is what we're starting with, and we're going to go ahead and just pick up where we left off. So I'm not going to do a recap of that reading. If it's necessary for you to see, you can go back and watch that reading. It's the last one that was uploaded. And if this is where you start, then this is the messages that you need to hear. Okay. So in this particular read, I did a Celtic cross because I thought I was led to do the Celtic cross rather than just doing past, present, and future, crowning, and root energies. I was led to actually do a Celtic cross so that we could get a little more deeper confirmation and clarification into this reading. So the cards that we started off with for the situation is the Magician. So if we're going back in past energy, we're dealing with a feminine energy who had been manipulated and played in the past energies with a love romantic interest. But if we're in new energy, what's happening here is that You're the magician now. And it took all of the elements: fire, air, earth, water, and spirit and ether, right? In order for you to muster up the change in you, to manifest a change in you. Okay? So we're dealing with the magician. Now, in the challenge situation was the Eight of Wands. So someone was having a challenge or difficulty in communication. Someone was feeling challenged in getting into your energy or communicating with you. Possibly the person from your past who you were able to manifest change with because you left out of that situation. Perhaps you blocked them, right? Telephonically, maybe even for some of you, a restraining order. But there was some type of challenge in communication. But in our current energy, what I'm believing is that this is a new person that is feeling challenged in communicating with you, or there's a new person that you're feeling a challenge in communicating with. Okay. And then in your crowning energy is the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles in past energy, this would definitely represent either you leaving out of a connection, or someone left you from a connection. But either way, it made you feel that you were left in the cold. You may have been ghosted, or you perhaps ghosted someone. Okay? At the root of your reading is the star. And this is a major arcana. And so, what this is talking about, especially with it being at the root of your reading, this is speaking about how you're healing. You're using again the elements. You see, she's at the water, she's at the rivers. And this is either what you need to do, heal yourself from the trauma of the past situation. This is the Five of Pentacles is in the crowning energy, so that's in your mind, right? So you had to heal yourself, or you are in the process of healing yourself, or that's what you need to do before you move on into a new connection. Okay, either way, the star is in your root energy. You listen to your intuition, you're following your intuition, and you are healing. Okay. Now, in the recent past was the Seven of Cups. And so, again, in past energy, the Seven of Cups could be that you were treated as an option by someone who you wanted a relationship with. You were just an option. You were fed illusions by the magician who was in your past energy. But what I believe now is in the recent past that you now have new options as well. Okay. And it could be the new options that you're finding a challenge to communicate with, or the new option is finding it challenging to communicate with you. And that's because you still have memories in your crowning energy of being ghosted, right? Which is even more indication that maybe there's still some need for healing in your energy. Okay. Now, in the near future, we have the Four of Cups. And so the Four of Cups, if we're going back to your past energy, the Four of Cups is that you felt that when you left out of the situation, or when you were ghosted from a situation, you felt that it was a missed opportunity. And you actually, felt disappointed, and you maybe even were no longer interested in love at that moment. But again, there's another option that is here, and that actually I believe shows up in your outcome. We're going to get to in just a moment. And it's because of your memories, right? With this Five of Pentacles of what happened to you in the past that puts you in this Four of Cup energy. You're just not interested in love and romance. And that's okay, especially if you're still healing, right? It's okay. But what's not okay is that you miss out on future opportunities because of what someone did to you in the past. Okay? But we're going to get more into that in just a moment, because I do definitely think that I'm picking up on some PTSD energy, okay, in you. But we're going to get through that. And remember, at the root of this reading is healing, right? That's the star energy. So now, in the self-image, this is the Three of Cups. So in the past, you were in a third party. That's what the player did. He had you in a third party, And even though you were under the illusion or the impression, or you were confused, you thought that, it was just you and him, most likely you were definitely in a third party. That's why you saw the signs. Your intuition told you. Here's the star again. That star is your intuition. Your intuition told you that there was a third party, which is the reason how come you decided to leave that situation. Or if you were ghosted, that's what happened. You were ghosted for a third party. But in new energy, the Three of Cups says that, after you had your stage of disappointment, and just not feeling it, and even some mild depression, maybe it's okay. That's all part of the healing process, right? But you decided to go out and celebrate with your friends, and revive yourself and get some new energy. So this is your energy now in the Three of Cups. And I think that when you went out and you started to enjoy yourself, have a good time, that's when you now are seeing that there's still options out there. If you're interested, you just have to vet out who it is that you're dealing with, so that you don't repeat the same mistakes and repeat the same cycles. But your self image is Three of Cups. You are celebrating and you're having a good time now. Okay, which also is a good indication that you have definitely done some healing. In any journey, especially healing journey, spiritual journey, whatever your journey is, love journey, whatever, there's always levels to it, and there's always more levels of healing. Even when we heal one thing, there's something next that we have to heal. We're never completely healed, but we are healing. So as long as you're in that process of healing and you're not stuck, then yes, you can enjoy some good times. Okay? Now, here in your external factors is the Ten of Pentacles. And so it's interesting that we have here in your crowning energy was the Five of Pentacles, where perhaps you ghosted a situation or you were ghosted. In your external energy is the Ten of Pentacles. You go from the 5 to the 10. Okay, so 5 is definitely a number of change. And we have here in the situation is the Magician, right? Which is you manifesting change, you manifesting new beginnings. And I'm thinking that with the Seven of Cups, after you went out and had a good time, and you're enjoying yourself and meeting new people, that perhaps now in your external energy is the Ten of Pentacles. This can definitely, of course, represent if if you were in Five of Pentacles financially and now you're in Ten of Pentacles, that's going from rags to riches. But if this is a relationship where you were ghosted in Five of Pentacles, but now you're in Ten of Pentacles, that's a life partner. Okay, that's someone that you grow with, and you have the potential then to turn into the King and Queen of Pentacles with this Ten of Pentacles energy. This is in your external factors. Now, in your hopes or fears is the Two of Swords. And Two of Swords, that's about indecision or the need to make a decision. So there's something that you can't quite see, but even if you can't see it, you feel it with this star in the root energy. This is your intuition. However, because of the situation that you dealt with in the past with this Five of Pentacles, either you're not trying to have on rosy colored glasses with this new person, you're not trying to see the good and the potential of this new person. Ten of Pentacles, external factors. This is the potential. But because of what you already experienced with this Five of Pentacles, with the Seven of Cups, with this Magician, Master Illusionist, you're not quite able to see the potential of what you actually have in front of you, which could also be why in the near future you can feel that this is a missed opportunity, or it might end up being a missed opportunity if you're not able to decipher and to navigate through the waters. Use your intuition as well as communicate, because remember, we have communication here that's in the challenge position. Okay? And then the outcome here is the Knight of Cups. So here comes the Knight, and this could very well be this new option that you have because you went out and got your groove back and you're celebrating, having a good time, and you've met a new person. And here comes the Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups, this is the only thing that can make me think that this is possibly past energy, because the Knight of Cups, yes, he's making a love offer, and he, all of the knights move very fast, except for the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Cups, yes, he can be making a new offer and it can be moving fast for you, which is also what's making you, the hopes and fears. Like you can hope that this could be a Ten of Pentacles situation. Who doesn't want a Ten of Pentacles? But at the same time, it can also be a fear that this knight that is coming in is just rushing in and then will end up rushing right back out, which is reminding you of your past, okay? But the Knight of Cups can also be a knight who is bearing an apology. That's what's in his cup. And so if it's an apology, then that's what would give me the inkling that this could be past energy. Okay. But I'm going to hope for you that this is all new energy after you have healed. Okay. After you have healed. Now, in the bonus messages from the Dark Confession deck, we have this situation has become very difficult for me to manage mentally. It is draining me. And that's what to me brought on where I started to think, maybe that this feminine energy is having a little bit of PTSD. Now, I'm not a psychiatrist or medical doctor, and in order to be diagnosed with PTSD, you definitely would need to see a medical or mental professional. But this is what the card is saying. This situation has become very difficult for me to manage mentally. Okay. And then right after that, the next bonus message of the deck that we're going to use to clarify is the Five of Wands. So this goes hand in hand with mind games and manipulation. And because we also had here, again, in your past was the Seven of Cups, which is illusion and confusion. And then we have here the Magician, which again is past energy, a master illusionist, someone who can spin illusions on you, make you feel a certain way, but then you either had to ghost that person or they had to ghost you. And I believe because of that, that's what leaves you still having the remnants in your memory of the pain that it caused you. Okay? Which is why I was picking up the PTSD. All right? Then we have from the Romance Angels, we have Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And I think that that's probably something that you definitely did after this Five of Pentacles. So whether you were ghosted or you had to ghost someone else, this is what you had to do. You had to retreat. But after you retreated, I believe then you went out and you celebrated. And that's why now you have new options that have come in that might be in the form of the Knight of Cups. But because of your past trauma with that Five of Wands, right? And the Five of Pentacles, this is what's making you be fearful. Okay? Can this person really be true or not? Right? You wore rosy colored glasses before with this Magician and you got burned. And so now your fears are no matter what it is that they're coming in with this cup, right? No matter what the potential is, you just can't quite see it. And that's because there's probably still some healing that you need to do. So even if you have retreated with this Romance Angels, but then you've gone back out, it might show you that you still might need to retreat again because there's still more healing that you need to do. Okay? And then from the Wizard of Oz deck, we have the Nine of Cups. And it is a statement from Dorothy, who's the main character. And she says, if I ever go looking for my heart's desires again, I won't look any further than my own backyard. And the Nine of Cups speaks to wish fulfillment. But in the original tarot deck, it's the man or the woman that's sitting there with their legs crossed, and they they have everything that they want by themselves. Okay, and that came right after retreat, right? And so what this is saying is self-love is necessary after you have dealt with a situation that left you out in the cold and that left you mind games and manipulation and feeling mentally drained. At the root of your reading is the Star. So what's necessary is for you to heal and know that you're worth it all. You are worth it. You are wish fulfillment. And even if not for someone that's in your past, For someone perhaps that is in your future, they see you this way. But what's most important is that you see yourself as worthy. You see yourself as wish fulfillment, self love, with that Nine of Cups wish fulfillment. And then the last bonus message from the Kipper deck, and that's number 33. And the card is concern. 33 breaks down to a 6. And so that's about balance. Okay, it's important to have balance, but even to be balanced again requires healing, because it means that you have to, even though you don't know everything about this current situation, you have your intuition with that star. You have your intuition here with the moon. Remember, I started off saying with the magician, you had to call in all of the elements, right, in order to heal yourself, in order to walk away from this connection, or heal yourself when someone walked away from you. And so, with concern, with the number 33, you have to have balance. There's one thing to be concerned, of course, with the Two of Swords. You want to be able to, see through the veil. You want to be able to see through games, see through things that perhaps in your past situations you weren't willing to do, right? Maybe that's a step that you would skip, right? Because the situation just felt right. It felt good. It seemed right. It seemed good, right? But now with this 33 here, with this concern, you may have some concerns, but it's important that they're balances. And it's important that the concern is not insecurity, and that the concern is not residual Five of Wands. Again, that PTSD, that energy that I was picking up of the mind games and the manipulation that you went through before. You want to make sure that these concerns that you're feeling are not insecurities, right? And that you're not projecting old energy into something that's new. And I just got a notification on one of my phones, and so I would definitely take that as a confirmation. You don't want to project old energy onto something new. Okay? So that is the cards that we pulled out in part one. And again, if you are led to watch part one, then you can go ahead and feel free to do that. And now what we're going to do is just get into some clarifications and some confirmations. What I did look up, because I felt the PTSD, we have the Dark Confessions deck, the bonus message that said the situation was mentally draining. And then we have, from the deck that we're going to use to clarify, we have the Five of Wands. So that's a lot of mental energy. And then we have the Magician, who is also in negative energy. The Magician, is an illusionist. And so that's some mind games. We have the Seven of Cups with illusions. You went through a lot. Even if not just this last person or last connection you've been in, but just maybe in general, which could make you definitely be in this Four of Cups energy, that you're just not interested in love and romance at all, right? Because it never turns out the way you want it to turn out, and it always leaves you in this energy of feeling mentally drained. So what I looked up on Google for what is PTSD, I know it meant post-traumatic stress disorder, but it also says it requires a medical diagnosis. So that is a disclaimer that I'm putting out to you. I'm not a medical doctor or a psychiatrist. But if you feel that you have these symptoms specifically that I wrote, then you might want to consider getting help for the situation. But some of the symptoms may include avoidance of situations. And that's where I would see this Four of Cups. Avoidance of situations that bring back memories of trauma. Memories of trauma is what I would see with this Five of Wands, right? Heightened reactions, anxiety, and a depressed mood. And definitely we have here with the Dark Confession, this situation has become very difficult for me to manage mentally. It is draining me. And so this is what came out in part one. And so I'm definitely feeling that it's this particular situation that we're now putting in the past, that you have put in the past. And it took all of the elements for you to have the strength and mental energy to do it, but it still has left you drained, right? This it is draining me. Dark confession oracle, it can even maybe speak to me of the Nine of Wands. You're the wounded warrior, right? It's this particular situation that really is taking you over the top when it comes to love and romance, and I'm so sorry that you had to go through that situation. I empathize with you. Part one was very intense. I felt the energy, very, very intense energy. But what I'm so happy to say for you is that you're healing. You're definitely healing. The bottom of the deck energy for our for the main spread, the deck that we use, the bottom of the deck energy is Four of Pentacles. So I really think at one time you were holding on to this person, the Five of Pentacles, that either you made the decision to leave out of that connection or they ghosted you out of the connection. Either way, you were definitely holding on to hope for that situation. And the way I ended the last reading was that we were going to do a part two. So I said, just hold on, right? Hold on, but also hold back. And what I'm thinking about you in this particular situation, especially because we have here the Nine of Cups. And Dorothy says, if I ever go looking for my heart's desire, again, that could be love. Before I look any further, I won't look any further than my own backyard. So it starts with self love, right? Self love, self worth, knowing your worth, right? And then attracting in the same. And even if you attract in some options that are not the same, then having the will and the power of that magician to let that situation go. And by doing that, then you're going to bring in something that is worth your worth, that is your match, that could even be a life partner. But when we're learning ourselves and when we're going through the journey, that's part of what we have to do. We have to acknowledge and accept the role that we play in the situation. And so, even though we have here the outcome, which is the Knight of Cups, even though we can think that, okay, this is someone who you've met, right? You've gone out, you got your groove back, and now you've met someone. Number one, if it's happened too soon or too fast after this last situation, it's just not time yet, right? It's just not time yet, which is the reason why you might even need to pass up this situation if you're not healed yet. If this situation here, this Knight of Cups, if this is giving you flashbacks and memories of the past, mind games, manipulation, and the mentally draining energy and energy vampire that you were dealing with in that magician and low vibration energy, then it could just simply mean it's not time yet. But what it also can be speaking of is that you yourself need to learn not to leap so fast. Let time play, right? Let things happen naturally, organically, not just maybe in the sense of how you normally do things. The knights move really fast, except the Knight of Pentacles. So maybe it's necessary for you to see the role you play in these situations. If you go too fast, just as fast as it starts is as fast as it will end, right? The song that I channeled for you in this particular reading is called Time Will Reveal, and it's by a group that is called DeBarge, and the lead singer was Elle. And this was a group back in the 80s, and I was definitely like 13, 14, and I loved me some Elle DeBarge. He was going to be, in my head, he was my first husband. Okay? But anyhow, the lyrics that I heard for you are, what can I do to make you feel secure? Remove all your doubts so that you know for sure that you're the apple of my eye, girl, fulfillment of my dreams. Time will show the value of just what you mean to me. More precious than silver, more precious than diamond rings, or anything that I could give you. It wouldn't mean a thing if you didn't have my love beside you there to guide you through. But ain't it good to know you do? I know just how you feel, but this time, love's for real. In time, it will reveal. The special love that's deep inside of us will all reveal in time. And so that is what I definitely think is applicable to you here. I think you're dealing with a situation that there's a challenge, right? And the challenge here is communication. And so if there is someone who you have met and he's rushing in and he already has his cup out, right? It's because he feels something special for you. He sees the star within you. But because you have been so abused and mistreated and disillusioned by the past players that you've dealt with, you just can't see it with this Two of Swords. You're fearful of seeing it. Even if you feel it or you think you see it, you're fearful. You're fearful because of the past traumatic stress symptoms that you're feeling, which means you still need to heal. And from the song that I channeled here, this night is willing to give you the time to do so. But what you need to do is communicate to him what it is that you've been through, what it is that you've experienced. In the song, he said, I know how you feel. That means that the same thing has happened to him by a feminine energy. He knows how you feel, but you need to communicate that with him. And even if you need to communicate that just right now is not the right time, that you're just now out of a situation that caused you a lot of mental stress, right? A lot of PTSD. It was very mentally draining. Explain the whole situation to the person, right? Explain it to them so that then they can understand why you are perhaps not responding to their attempts to offer you this cup of love. Because what might end up happening is if you continue to reject the person and reject their attempts, then it might end up being a missed opportunity for a Ten of Pentacles, which is exactly what it is you want. And it's also what you've manifested, right? Because you took your power back. You took your power back. You knew your worth. You began your healing process. And because you're doing that, listen, divine timing is everything, right? So everything happens in time. And that's why I channeled that song, In Time It Will Reveal. But what you have to know is that you have actually manifested this opportunity. It's just that because what you have gone through, you just can't see it. You just can't see it. And that's what you need to be able to communicate to this person. Not that you don't see the good in them, and not that maybe they're not even everything that you want, but explain to them that in your healing process, you've learned about yourself. You've learned that it's not too good to go too fast. With this star here on the board, this might even be this. I mean, listen to the song. He said, there's nothing I can give you. What he feels is more precious than diamond rings, right? So maybe this person has already popped the question to you, or try to put a ring on it to prove what it is that he's feeling for you. But the song is even saying that monetary things can't even prove. It's not that, it's time. Time is what you need. Time is what you need to heal, and time is what will reveal if this person is truly down and about what it is that they're saying. Okay, so just in that sense, I think that that's just really some beautiful energy for you. I'm very proud of you. And listen, child, I understand too. I definitely understand. There was a point where I had said I would never. Now, listen. I still feel this way. I will never legally get married again. Meaning, sign the contract, the paperwork. No, no, sir, no, ma'am. Because it is hell to get divorced. Okay? It is hell when you're trying to detach. Not saying that you go into marriage thinking that you're going to divorce, but that's why there's prenups and all that stuff, because shit happens, right? Shit just does happen. But there was a time where I felt like, no, I'm not interested in love and romance, but that's just me right now. But I just turned 50. I'm about to be 51 in March. This decade, for me, I'm an empty nester. All three of my kids are grown, successful adults. I'm proud of them. This is my time. This decade is my time. So I say, if anything, maybe some casual dating here and there or something like that. But my focus for me is my career, my finance. My 50s is my time. Now maybe come 60, that's when Nikki will get her groove back too. Okay, but in the meantime, I need time just for myself. It's always about healing. Your journey is always about healing, but I need time to myself just so that I can now rewrite my history, rewrite my life, my goals, and accomplish those things, and then have something to bring to the table when the 10 of Pentacles that I manifest comes in. Okay, so that's how I feel. This might also be something, an energy that you resonate with as well. But what you have to do, if you have this Knight of Cups that's in your energy now, what you need to do is communicate that to them. Because in this challenge position is the Eight of Wands. And that's what the issue here is the communication. So either you're having a problem communicating to them or they're having a problem communicating to you. But the way the song came, the way the lyrics of Time Will Reveal starts out is, what can I do to make you feel secure? So it makes me feel that there's a masculine who has tried everything, but they're having a challenge getting into your energy. They're having a challenge making you believe that they truly are interested in you, and for actual high vibration purposes, not for some bullshit and fuckery that you've been dealing with that you're still traumatized by. Okay? So now let's go ahead and let's get some clarification. Bottom deck energy for our for the main deck, for the main spread, is Four of Pentacles. So I definitely think that this is you're holding back, and the holding back can be communication. And so I think this is what it needs to be in the forefront. You need to be communicating what it is that you are feeling. So let's go ahead and let's get our clarifying deck here. And the deck is already, if I can get, now this card didn't want to get picked up, so let's see. It says this, it's the Sun. This is the bottom deck energy, and it literally did not want to be picked. It stayed on the table, so we're definitely going to take this as a bonus message. Bottom deck energy is the Sun. This is what you have manifested, my dear. This is what you want, and this is what you have actually manifested. You have the Sun and the Star. All right, those are the two happiest, highest vibration cards in the tarot deck. So this is what you've manifested because you took that time while you retreated to heal. And again, you called in every element: fire, air, earth, water, spirit, and ethers in order to heal yourself from that past situation, to rebuke and banish, right, all of that negative energy, for you to come out now at the root as the Star. You've done a lot of work, and hand claps to you. Okay, hand claps to you. But because you still have some concerns about this new person that you've manifested, right, that can actually bring you a happy, happy life, right, a happy life of healing together. Because in the song, Elle says, I know just how you feel. They've been through it too. So guess what? I believe that you two have manifested each other. Okay, what a beautiful love story is coming out from all of this. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's clarify the Magician. Spirit, give us a confirmation for the Magician, please. There we go. And it's Four of Swords, and it flipped out in reverse. So Four of Swords in reverse. So, at one time you were, I believe, under someone's spell, right? Four of Swords upright in the traditional card, it has him, he's laying down. And so in strong, deep meditation, I think that at some point in time in your past energy, you were definitely under someone's spell, but that spell has broken because you have healed. Okay. And now you are now with your power, you're manifesting, right? But at one time you also maybe This Four of Swords energy can speak of not being able to rest or not being able to meditate, not being able to hear your messages and clearly, but that's because there was definitely illusions that were spun on you. Okay? At the bottom of the deck here, we have Seven of Cups again. So, see, that's exactly what I just said. You at one time were under someone's spell. And because of those Seven of Cups that I just said, that's at the bottom of the deck here, Seven of Cups. Because of that, you weren't able to hear clearly the messages from your guides, to even hear clearly yourself. Okay? But now you can because you've broken that spell. Okay, and that's why it's so important that, you know, when we say to follow your intuition, but when someone takes that power over you and they then are controlling you and your emotions, you never want to give your power over to someone like that ever. And the way you give your power over to them is ignoring your intuition, which is what that Two of Swords energy is. That's how you give away your power. But you're not doing that any longer. That was in past energy, that someone had you under a spell where you couldn't meditate, you couldn't see clearly, but now you can. Okay? Now you can. And because you can now, that's where you have at the bottom of the deck Seven of Cups. You're feeling that this is the same thing. This is how it always starts, right? It always starts feeling like everything is perfect and wonderful, and then it ends up making you feel Four of Swords reverse, where now you can't rest. You're not content, right? But that's what's going to be different about this situation, because you're going to communicate what you've experienced. You're going to communicate what has actually put you in the position and situation that you're in now. And because you're in that situation and because you're going to communicate, you're going to follow your intuition, that person's going to also be able to express and explain some things to you, but you and that person will be able to get on the same page. We have two Seven of Cups on the board. This person has experienced the same thing. Let's also go into my little tarot book here, and let's look at the official meaning for Four of Swords in reverse. It says resentment, stagnant, exhaustion, and frustration. That's exactly what this magician had you under. That's what that situation was. But because now you have a new connection, right? You have a new connection, all that's going to disappear now. But it still makes you a little nervous and cautious because you're feeling like, I don't even want to do this again. But you do. You do. Okay? You just need time. All right? Now, let's clarify the Eight of Wands. Spirit, one card for the Eight of Wands. What is the challenge in communication? Who's having a challenge communicating? What is being challenged in being communicated? Thank you, Spirit. All right. And we have here the Eight of Pentacles. So this is definitely telling me that whoever this person is, right? They're putting in work, or they're trying to. They are definitely working hard at trying to communicate something to you, trying to make you believe that they are sincere, that whatever you have experienced in your past, they're the exact opposite of it. They understand. That's what the Eight of Pentacles is. They're really putting in work. But again, it's because that there's still some healing that you need to do, right? You may even be retreating. So like maybe this person is calling you and you're not answering, or you're giving like, oh, I'm busy, I'll call you back, or just something like that. You're not giving the person the time of day. My dark confessions box just dropped. You're not giving this person the time of day, but that's because, again, like you're feeling insecure. You're feeling like you don't know. And it also may be reminding you, remember we read what the symptoms of PTSD are. It might even be reminding you of this past situation. The Seven of Cups showed up twice, right? It gives you this illusion, and so you're just feeling it's just going to end up the same way. But I don't think that's the case. We have the sun as the overall energy, and then we have the star as the root energy. Because of the work that you have done, you have actually manifested, right? A 10 of Pentacles into your life, but you just can't see it yet. But this person is putting in the work. They're trying to make you see it. Okay? But you're just not, you're challenging them on that. And that's just because of what you went through. And I'm not dissing you or dogging you about that, right? Remember, Dorothy said that if she ever wants to find love, she won't look further than her own backyard. So if you are content and comfortable just being in the Three of Cups energy, going out, having fun with your friends, being single, sexy, and free and healing, that's okay too. But you need to communicate that to the person. Okay? Make sure you communicate that to them. At the bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. So this is with the clarifying card of Eight of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles, that's talking about juggling. And so this is what you need to communicate to this person. You've been juggled in the past, right? When you communicate that to them, they're going to tell you a story of how they were juggled in the past. And that's why he understands and empathizes with how you feel. And then when you communicate this to him, whatever he's doing right now that's giving you flashbacks of the past, that might make him pull back a little bit, right? Because now he'll at least understand where it is that you're coming from. But you've been juggled in the past, he's been juggled in the past. But what's important that you do is communicate to this person that you do appreciate their efforts. You see their efforts, but because of what you've experienced, it's hard for you to respond. It's hard for you to trust. But what the song says is he knows just how you feel, and it's because the same has happened to him. All right? Now let's go ahead and move into the Five of Pentacles. I don't think that we need to clarify that because we already know either you were ghosted or you ghosted a situation. And it's from this Five of Pentacles energy that has left you feeling drained with the mind games and manipulation. We don't have to go any further into that. This also is what I believe the same thing has happened to this new person that is in your life or wants to be in your life. That same thing has happened to them. This star energy here, this says to me that this is how they see you. And it's because of that star energy that they are trying to put in the work, right? To make you believe that this is how they see you. Because it's a major arcana, let's go ahead and clarify the star. Spirit, confirmation of the star, please. All right. And we have here Seven of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, look at that, is 10 of Pentacles. Look at that. Now, I'm gonna read this a couple of ways because remember I started off with saying that I'm feeling and sensing some PTSD energy here. And so the symptoms of that are memories. So these are things that you have already experienced. This star energy here at the root, listen, you might be playing it off with this person. But what I feel is you feel the same way about this person. Quit playing. You feel the same way about this person. It's just that the energy that you feel about this person is most likely the same energy you felt about the past person, which is why I said, even for you, you might have to know the role that you play in your own situations. Everybody loves to fall in love, but you need to understand that things take time and you need to let time reveal and let time heal and just move at a gradual pace, right? So the reason how come you are feeling this hesitation towards this person is because the last person that you were dealing with gave you this same energy. You felt this same way, like they're, the end all to be all. But that person was a magician in low vibration energy. That person was full of deception. But because you feel this way about this person, see, I have a feeling like, yes, the person that you were with in the past, they're a player. They know how to play the game. They have the gift of gab. They know how to spin the illusion. That's what they did. But they didn't feel that way about you. The person in the past, let's just say you have some money, right? This is what their motivating factor was, right? Whereas you're looking for a lifetime partner. You want someone that's going to be long standing. The Seven of Swords is saying that you're tricking yourself. You are triggered back to the Seven of Swords energy of the person before. This could even tell me with the Star and the Seven of Swords, it's too good to be true. Because see, this person here, even in the song, what can I do to make you feel secure? This person is coming in with all the right words. They're saying everything, but you're blocking them, right? Because of your past trauma, which is definitely an indication that you still need to heal from this past person, Seven of Swords, who deceived you. Before you can move forward, there's still healing that you need to do. And that's what you need to communicate to this new person. That it may be necessary for you to just be friends and let time reveal what this situation is supposed to be. Okay, no doubt in my mind, because here at the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. So let's just say that in the past, maybe you were used in the past. So I don't know, maybe you're a very affluent, financially successful female. And so maybe a lot of times men do come out after you for your money. I don't know. But what we are going to look at is that the 10-10, that's the end to that. Right? You're not buying love anymore. You're not trying to buy love anymore if that's what you were doing in the past. But in this situation, remember, you're the star and he's the sun. You both have been through this exact same situation. You're thinking that this person is the Seven of Swords. You're thinking that they're deceiving you. You're thinking that they want you for your money, when in actuality, that's not the case with this situation. With this situation, you've actually manifested a lifetime partner potential in this person. But until you're able to communicate the trauma that you've experienced, until you're able to fully heal from that situation, you're not going to be able to see the potential. That's why the Two of Swords is there. You can't make a decision because of the potential. You can't make a decision or see the potential because of the deception, because of the memories, because of the post-traumatic stress. This is what you remember: the mind games and the manipulation and the deception. You remember at one time feeling this way about this other person, but honey, that's because it was magic. It was either the magic stick or a magic wand, which would be a spell. That's that, right? And the illusions that they were spinning. But that's not the energy of this new person. I'm sorry, I just don't believe it is. I don't believe it is. But what I do believe, though, is that you need to take all the time that you need in order for you to heal from the past situation. I said this in the beginning, do not move into a new situation and then project that energy onto that person. That's how you'll miss an opportunity for sure. But you also don't need to fear that if you tell this person in communication that you need time. You need time because you're still healing from a past situation. You need time. You also don't need to fear that you're going to miss the opportunity, because if this person is here for the Ten of Pentacles, if this is a lifetime partner, Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here, 10-10. All that other bullshit is over with. That person's going to stick around till the end, until they have who they see as their sun, who they see as their star. That past person never saw you in that energy, period. They did not. They didn't. They didn't. But if you need time so that you can continue to heal from that situation, time is going to show you that. If you need time for this person to show you, like, you know what, action speaks louder than words. You've heard all the words before, you've heard the Seven of Cups before. Action is what you need, right? This person in the song is saying, what can I do? Okay, you have the Eight of Wands in the challenge position, but then you have right here the Eight of Pentacles. This is the action. What can I do? What can I do to make you feel secure? Secure is the opposite of mentally drained. Okay, so if you tell them, okay, well, I need time, guess what that person's going to do? They're going to give you time. Let's say this person calls you every day. Once you explain to them this whole situation, guess what they're going to do? They're not going to call you every day. Let's just say that you like, you don't want to move fast. Like you want to go out on dates and whatever, but you don't want the intimacy. Guess what they're going to do? They're not going to pull it out, right? They're going to give you forehead kisses. They're going to give you long hugs and embraces at the end of the day. They're not going to try nothing. Tell this person what it is that you want, and I guarantee you they're going to put in the work to prove to you that you are their sunshine. Wow. Because the other song that I heard from you is also by Babyface. And we're gonna get to that at the end. But the fact that the sun came out and I just said sunshine, the song is not sunshine, but it is a song by Babyface and it's called Given a Chance. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So I don't think we need to clarify the Seven of Cups. We already know Seven of Cups was there was illusions that were put on you. That's past energy. The Four of Cups is what's in your near future, and I think that that's somewhat of what you fear, right? You're fearing that this situation, if you don't respond or if you don't, if you don't respond to their advances, that you're going to miss the opportunity. But how would you miss the opportunity if you're not really into this person, which is what the energy that you're giving off? Why would you think it's a missed opportunity? It's because you feel something, but you just don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself. But after you communicate to this person what you've experienced and what you've gone through, that's going to continue also to heal you. And when you see the work that they're willing to put into you after you communicate these things, then you're going to be able to see clearly. And you'll see that what this actually is a fear. It's a fear, and you're going to be able to let that go. Very interesting energy, and I'm just very proud of you. I'm proud of you for even still feeling this way and wanting to, right? And with this Four of Cups energy, I'm not going to clarify it, but I'm going to give you the lyrics that I also heard from Given a Chance. And that's what I think this Four of Cups is. That cup that's right there, that you're sitting there on this tree. And listen, y'all, I'm an empath, so I'm really picking up some heavy energy here. There's the cup, and here's this Knight of Cup, right? And this is what he's saying to you. You're not alone, and no one's going to hurt your heart again. And this I know. You can count on me. I'll be there as your friend. For no one knows the pain that you've endured. They took the best from you. Girl, I know. You gave them all you got. You tried, they played around. You cried, they let you down. You gave them everything you had, and they treated you oh so bad. But given a chance, I'll make it up to you. Given a chance, I'll never let you fall. Given a chance. And so that's what I said. Babyface even says, I'll be there as your friend. If you communicate to this person that you're just not quite ready to jump into something fast. They're going to retreat. They're going to pull back off that energy, but they still want to be in your life as your friend because you bring them sunshine. You bring them healing energy. You both have experienced the same 7 swords, the same 7 of cups. In part 1, when I split the main deck for the spread, it was 7 swords and 3 of swords. We have duplicating energy here. They thought before that they had a life partner and found out that person just wanted them for money. Maybe you've gone through the same experience in your situation. They see you as the star. You see them as the sun. It makes you fearful because that's how you always are. But what you've learned while you're healing is to take time and slow down, right? But what you have to do is communicate that to him. And when you do, he's going to back off that rush energy because that's how it started before. That's what you've learned your role in situations. You go too fast. 8 of Wands is fast moving energy. You go from first date to let's get married, right? Because that's just maybe what you like. That's what you're into. That's what you want. But what you need now is time. You need time to still heal. Okay? And when you communicate that to this person, the cup is still going to be there. You're not going to miss the opportunity because they themselves see it as a missed opportunity. But what they are going to do is give you the space that it is that you need. That's what they're going to give you. And you know what? We are at 1 hour. So I think we're going to go ahead and close off this reading now. There's no way I want to go over an hour. I got both the songs in. I thought depending on what comes out in this reading, I had Babyface there as well because there was a part of me that definitely felt that you were absolutely feeling some PTSD. It's memories. The way that you're feeling about this new person that you've met because you've gone out and you're having a good time, it's put you back in that same energy of everyone that you thought he was the one too, right? It's giving you triggers. And that anything that triggers you, any trauma that triggers you, it does deserve for you to dig deep and to heal that situation. But in this situation, because challenge is in the communication position, or the communication, the 8 of Wands is in the challenge position of here. This is what you're having a hard time doing. They're having a hard time communicating to you what it is that they feel about you. And you're having a hard time communicating to them why it is that you're not responding. So what needs to happen here is communication. And when you communicate with them, you're going to find out that you're still going to be able to celebrate with your new friend. You're going to find out that at the end of the day, the 10 of Pentacles is what you want. The 10 of Pentacles is what he wants. Y'all going to talk about what you both bring to the table. Okay? At the end of the day, after you communicate, you're going to be able to take off the rosy colored glasses, right? And dust them off. And you're going to be able to see the potential in this person that you're dealing with. You're also going to be able, when you communicate, to see the things that you still do need to heal. The things that still do hurt you. The things that you went through. That mentally draining. That 5 of Wands. That was some real shit. But guess what? You're going to hear from him when you communicate that he went through the same thing. That he was shaking in his boots even trying to come to you with the offer. Because he's afraid too. Men fall in love also. Men get hurt also. Women have daddy issues. Women have daddy issues. Men have mommy issues. And men and women can have both. Okay? When you communicate, you're going to be able to make a decision because now you're going to see that y'all both on the same page. When you communicate, you're going to see that this offer that he's giving you is going to stand no matter how long it takes. He's not going to retreat from you. He's only going to pull back to give you the space that it is that you need. And when he pulls back too far, that's going to make you communicate like, okay, well, I didn't say you couldn't call me at all. And then he's going to end up saying, well, I just wanted to give you space. I just watch. Okay? But what is so important here is that you take the time that you need to heal. Take the time that you need to heal. And if this is the right person, then guess what? They're going to be with you through the process. If it's not the right person, that's okay. Another knight will come along, another king will come along. But when they do, you'll be ready for it. And if it's not the right person, then only time will reveal. But if it is the right person, in time, that will be revealed as well. Okay, collective. So we are going to go ahead and leave that here. I hope Thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you've enjoyed the reading and the messages within. I hope that you feel encouraged in your direction, in your story, in your situation. And if so, then I have answered the call and I understood the assignment, and it has been my pleasure indeed. Now, don't forget to check the Channeled Songs playlist to hear the full songs that I channeled here. We heard Time Will Reveal by DeBarge, and we heard Given a Chance by Babyface. You are someone's sunshine, sweetheart. I promise you, you are. Whether it's now or in the future, but time will reveal. Okay? And in the description box or the About section, I'll also put my Instagram link so that you can go there if you'd like to see or read Storytime Tarot. But in closing, remember to always follow, believe, trust, hear, and listen to your intuition. Know your worth, sunshine, and be worthy. Until next time, Toodles Collective, peace, love, and light. Namaste.